Rangers have found themselves at the centre of fresh headlines this week following a major £20 million revelation that sent a ripple through the Ibrox camp. While the club remains focused on preparing for the season ahead under new management, this latest development has added a new layer of intrigue to an already pivotal summer. The scale of the figure involved has naturally raised questions, not just about the immediate impact, but also about what it could mean for the club's long-term strategy. In a period already marked by transition and expectation, this news has further intensified scrutiny behind the scenes. As supporters and observers alike take stock, one thing is clear: this is a story that could shape the narrative at Rangers well beyond the current transfer window. So what is this revelation, and how will it impact Rangers' summer plans? We will break it all down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Andrew Kavanagh has revealed the 4 metrics that made Russell Martin the standout candidate to become Rangers head coach. Martin was appointed as boss earlier this month after a lengthy search that saw him see off competition from the likes of Davide Ancelotti and Steven Gerrard to land the top job. The former Ibrox defender got down to business with his squad on Monday morning as Rangers returned to pre-season training. Across the city, Kavanagh met supporters and shareholders for the first time at the extraordinary general meeting. Kavanagh sat down with the media later in the afternoon, and the chairman has put his faith in Martin to lead the club into a new era. There were 4 criteria that we looked at for head coach, Kavanagh said. 1. Somebody who would coach what we think is the right style of play or game model. 2. Someone would build the culture and the way we think it needs to be built. 3. Someone who will develop talent. And 4th, someone who will win matches. Russell was the standout across all of those metrics, unanimously among our team. We are thrilled to have Russell as our head coach. Martin faces a high-stakes start to life at Ibrox as Rangers prepare for their upcoming European campaign and the start of the new domestic season. A Champions League qualifier with Panathinaikos next month will ask real questions of the group that Martin is seeking to add strength and depth to. Rangers face 3 ties to reach the group stages this term, but do have parachute rounds into the Europa League and Conference League. Champions League is the goal we are trying to get to every year, Kavanagh said. Every year that is our goal, and we have to get through 3 matches or 3 sets of matches, and that won't be easy. It is important because it brings more revenue. It will always be our benchmark. Now, in a huge £20 million revelation, it's officially all systems to go for the new American-led era at Rangers. That's after the Ibrox club's new US owners' immediate plans were rubber-stamped at an EGM. It was just a few weeks ago when the American consortium comprised of health insurance tycoon Andrew Kavanagh and 49ers Enterprises sealed the deal to take over Rangers. After months of talks, Rangers announced at the end of May that it had all gone through, heralding the start of a new era for the Light Blues. Kavanagh was immediately installed as the club's new chairman, with 49ers chief Parag Marov, who's also the Leeds United chairman, taking up the position of vice chairman. The big changes continued with Kevin Thelwell quickly beginning work as sporting director before Russell Martin arrived as head coach the week after the takeover was officially done. Martin is working with the Rangers squad for the first time today, with the players back for pre-season training. With plenty of change in and around the club, fans are now keen to see new players come in the door sooner rather than later. And now a big step forward to that becoming a reality has been confirmed. For the first time since taking the helm, Kavanagh and Marath are in Scotland. They headed for Glasgow, where Rangers had held an extraordinary general meeting, EGM, this morning at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel in the city centre. The meeting saw several key resolutions voted on by the club's shareholders. The biggest of those was to ratify the proposed £20 million injection into the club. Immediately after the takeover was sealed, the new owners stated their intention to invest the £20 million immediately and launch a new share issue, subject to shareholder approval. Top of the agenda, the resolution has been passed, alongside a second resolution that was directly linked to it. It means new boss Martin will now have the funds available to add to his squad. Time is of the essence in terms of squad strengthening, with the Champions League qualifiers getting underway in a month's time. Rangers will take on Panathinaikos in the second qualifying round. The rubber stamping of the investment wasn't the only thing on the agenda, however. One of the other resolutions voted on was to ratify Rangers' switch from PLC, Public Limited Company, to a Private Limited Company, LTD. Since 2012, the club have been operating as the Rangers International Football Club, PLC. Going forward, it will now be known as Rangers International Football Club Limited. The shift to a limited company sees a change in the business structure and essentially gives the new owners an additional layer of control. Rangers themselves describe the move as one that allows it to operate with a more streamlined, agile governance structure. All resolutions passed with over 98% approval. Speaking at the end of the meeting, Chairman Kavanagh said, "Whether it was in the Q&A today or in media down the road, we will talk about how we will do things differently, and on occasion, we'll probably accidentally slip in the word better. And I want to make sure that doesn't come across the wrong way. There are many people that came before us, and nothing that we say in terms of doing things differently should be seen as denigrating any of their efforts." This club has been led by some fantastic people who have done everything out of love that they share for the club. They have dipped into their pockets to finance the club, and so we are incredibly grateful to those that came before us and think that the club owes them a debt of gratitude. The second thing that I wanted to touch on is that this has been a long process. The first phone call, my sort of lightning bolt moment, was in October. We closed the deal in June, and this is the culmination of that deal today. But I want to be crystal clear with everybody here that today, while it represents the end of that deal, it does not represent anything approaching a finish line today. It is the starting line. And we recognize that all that we have done by buying 51% of this club is earn the right to compete, and we intend to compete. We don't think this club needs a caretaker. We think this club needs a catalyst, and we intend to be that catalyst. We enjoyed the conversation today. We appreciate the supporters and shareholders taking time out of their busy day to spend it with us and look forward to the future. So, with this £20 million boost, where should the club start? Where on the pitch is the most important to improve first? And who should the club target to fill these holes? £20 million can be a lot of money when spent intelligently, but it could very easily be wasted. Let me know what you think down below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.